Hello, my beautiful co-creators. Today is my 12th day of my Law of Attraction Manifestation 100-day manifestation journey. And I have to tell you, I woke up this morning and I felt so prosperous. Now, I didn't, I can't explain the feeling. Prosperous, I mean, I was in bliss, okay? I felt like everything that I ever wanted, everything I ever needed was already here. Now that's how I felt. And then of course, you have to go on with your, awakened reality here in the outside world. So I was like, so I had to kind of balance the two energy as to what I was doing in the outside and how I was feeling in the inside. So it's a very interesting day for me. So I thought, what can I talk about? I'm so dying to do a couple of law of attraction stuff that, everybody knows about, but I just thought, why not? I just do my own video blog about it. And I really like to do that this week. Hopefully I'll get a chance to. And I've talked about some of the, like I said, I've talked about some of, the forgiveness and allowing and gratitude and giving and receiving and commitment and what have you. And these are all really important for us to practice while we are on this manifestation journey. Now, we are the creators. I mean, we're always creating with God, the creator. We're co-creating, whether we know it or not. Now we're just, a lot of people are starting to find out that, we could actually create from within ourselves. But of course it takes practice. It's, it takes, you don't need anything. All you need is faith. If you have faith, you can move mountains, all that stuff. So yeah, so really quickly today I wanted to talk about law of imagination. Okay, so everybody knows, you can always Google and know what imagination is, okay? But I'm just going to go a step further into explaining when we imagine, how can we imagine just then looking at pictures. One can say imagination is going into your mind's eye and putting a picture of what you want to manifest. And I'm really going to start talking about material things as we go on into the video, because that's the whole purpose of manifesting these things into our lives. Of course, I'll also, every time I do this, I run out of video. I run out of battery. So yeah, I'm gonna try to, it's gonna get a little bit more materialistic. And if you're not the kind of person, or you're happy with where you are and you're not looking to manifest anything, then this video is not for you. If you're open-minded, then by all means be open to it. But if it's not for you, then you need to go where you need to go, and this is not for you. I really don't need people telling me this is my journey, and anybody that wants to come and experience it, I welcome it. But if anybody that doesn't want to, then you are not forced to. You don't need to. I'm not putting this on anybody's personal wall. This is on mine. I'm sharing it on mine. So if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch it. But I really don't want to have anything negative said about what I am saying. If you don't like it, then keep it to yourself. But please, I don't need to know about it. With that said, love, imagination. Today I wanted to just go over just a tiny little bit. And before I go any further, let me also say this. I just got to get some stuff off my chest. So, because I'm so ready to move on with creating what I need to create, I really don't need negative stuff of what somebody else thinks this should be or that should be. So it is very easily, somebody can say, well, Karen, how are you sharing this if you haven't manifested what you want? Aren't you just like the rest of us? Absolutely I am. But here's the thing. We are all co-creators. We can all do it. The only reason I haven't been able to manifest what I need in my life is because I didn't allow it. Plain and simple. It took me so long to figure out why I couldn't get what I wanted. Here I thought I was doing everything right. I was practicing all the principles that you could actually think of, and yet there are certain things in my life just felt like so blocked. It's just like, it's tug of war. You know, I couldn't. But with all this awakening process that I'm going through, and you know, people that are like-minded that I associate with, you know, through this process, you know, I have come to learn that it is my own blockage. There's nobody, it's nobody's fault. I can sit there and pinpoint it, but unless, you know, I allow something good to come into my life, it's not going to happen. If I sit there and say, well, this stopped it and this stopped and this stopped it, and I'm still stopping for the growth to come into my life. So finally, with this spiritual awakening process that I'm going through right now, I've realized that the stumbling block has been me. Yes, I always thought, oh, but I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving. Somehow, you know, no, you could give all you want, but if you're not allowing it, it's not going to happen. I've known all this law of attraction practice. I've learned everything under the sun almost to learn so many things, but things have really not worked out in my favor, at least towards where I want to go in my career and where I want certain things in my life. Materialistically speaking, money and savings and all this stuff that we need. Why haven't I been able to get this? Is because I myself have not allowed it to happen. There was an unworthiness within me. You know, as much as I thought I loved myself, as much as everything, there was still that unworthiness within me, and I've kind of cleared that out. And now I'm just like, I allow whatever needs to come to me. I value who I am. I value my life. I value my heart. I value all the thoughts that come into my mind. I value everything, and I have allowed myself to receive what the universe is willing to bring my way. Of course, you have to have a very, very, very clear intention. You don't want money to come into your life in expense of someone else's death, or someone else's getting into some kind of a, you know, something that's it's going to harm someone, and then you become wealthy from it, or you don't want anything like that. You want it to come from the purity of your heart, where you can take that wealth and you can take that abundance that you have co-created with your inner divine, and you can actually spread it how you want, and you can also enjoy pleasure. You know, I don't want just money just to help the world. Yes, that's part of me. It's always has been. I don't have enough, and I'm still doing it. So can you imagine what I could do if I have it? Absolutely. But at the same time, I also want to enjoy the pleasure of life. I want my son to go to the best schools. I want him to travel the world. I want him to experience what I didn't get a chance to experience, you know, all that stuff. Do I want all that stuff? Absolutely. Do we deserve it? Absolutely. Can we have it? Absolutely. But the key is for us to allow it. But anyways, today's I wanted to talk about law of imagination. So I took this course. I've taken hundreds of courses through the last 35 years of my life, since I was, 20 years old. If you ask anybody, I've been sitting in my room studying since they can remember. I have been practicing this magical stuff and that magical stuff, and this card and that card, and everything you can name. But if I knew that I'm doing all this stuff, and if I could just take everything that I have learned, combined it, and use it, and allow for this stuff to come into my life, boom, I would have already I would have already had it. But that's okay, because every time you don't succeed, you learn something new. And let's say if I had gotten the stuff that I want to manifest right now, I never would have gotten to the point, the level of the wisdom and understanding that I have today. So we're always on time. We think we've we've lost 10 years of our lives. No, 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 no. You know, so if I would have gotten all the stuff that I wanted in the younger years, I never would have gotten the wisdom and the knowledge and the love and the gratitude and the appreciation that I have for myself and for others and for life. So it's never too late, you know. Now is the moment. This is the time for me to create, and I'm ready to create that. And before I go, I just wanted to practice one imagination. I'm going to be talking more into, hopefully more later on, but here's an imagination. Imagination is not just something you close your eyes and you see a car in front of you. No, we all know that we have to go beyond the five senses. So when we, let's just say, I'm going to just give one. Let's just say you're in a relationship. I love relationship because I get quite a few emails. People tell me to talk about relationships and manifestation. So today I'm just going to talk briefly about relationship. And I think I could talk about relationship because I've been in a relationship. I've had 3 different relationships in my life, and all 3 of them served different purposes. You know, one was abusive. The other one, you know, had to go through a process where I had to learn from what it's like to learn when somebody has passed on, but you could still have that life with that person and still create that relationship even in the now moment. And then the relationship that I have with my husband right now, and you know, through all the struggles and all the everything, you know, we're still standing strong. And why and what it takes to stay there. You know, it's not easy. Trust me, it's not easy. So I could sit here and talk about relationship because I've experienced it in different sectors of my life. So somebody just asked about relationship. Let's just say somebody, you're with somebody, right? You're with somebody for a long time and you want to get married. One is ready, the other one's not ready, or there's some kind of conflict there. So in order to imagine, if you're a female, you know, women, you know, they love their wedding rings, you know. So pick a wedding ring, you know, go window shopping, go inside a store and pick the most beautiful diamond, sparkling diamond that you can find, and never ever ever limit yourself, ever. Don't ever say, oh, I can't have this, because you're right, it's hard for us, but for God all things are possible. All things are possible for those who believe. So that's where you have to stand your ground. So go pick a ring that, you know, that you like, and put it in your finger and just look at it and watch the diamond just sparkle. Just watch it sparkle and try to have that image in your mind of that beautiful diamond just sparkling, and your hands feel beautiful, and you know, it's shiny, and you have your nail polish on, and it just looks so beautiful. And it's not just about the outside, it's what it makes you feel. You're like, wow, you know, this is from my husband, you know, here's the man that I wanted to marry, or you know, this is the beginning of my new life. Oops, there goes the battery again. Oh shit. Sorry. There goes the battery again. But anyways, so the diamond ring is just an example. And when you go to sleep, imagine that you're wearing this ring when you wake up in the morning, you know, and just first thing you do, even if you know you don't have it, or you can go even wear a fake one. I don't really care what you have to do, but you have to make it realistic. And when you wake up in the morning, see that diamond shining, and you say to yourself, wow, you know, it happened. It happened for me. It happened for me. Thank you, God, it happened for me. It doesn't matter what your life looks like right now, but when you go into that imagination, you have to bring it like it has already come to pass. You have to take that image and bring it into your current reality right now. Instead of saying, oh God, I want to get married. Oh God, no, 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 no. Thank you, God. Thank you. Oh, my beautiful ring looks so beautiful. It's shiny. It makes me feel beautiful, because it's not about the diamond. It's about, here's, you know, I'm married to my beloved, or whatever. You know, you got to create the feeling. Like I said about yesterday, emotion. Everything is emotion. You bring what is out inside, and then you just feel. Yes, but I'm going to be 15 minutes late and they're going to shut me out. Anyways, tomorrow I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but we'll talk more about, I'm going to start talking a little bit about material stuff, okay? That's just how it is. And I want to talk about marriage. I want to talk about love and romance and everything, sex. I'm just kidding. Sex is not what people think it is, I swear. Once you understand the essence of what sex is, you'll look at it in a different picture. It's not just physical, it's beyond that. It's a beautiful thing if you understand what sex is. So don't be afraid to mention the word sex. It's it's a beautiful creation that we just, anyways, I don't want to get into it right now, but anyways, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So remember, imagine that it has already come to pass. Ladies, look at your rings. Gentlemen, I'll probably do another video for you later, but God bless. I'll see you tomorrow. Imagination.